everybody, and welcome back to this week's edition of the Will and Wise,
the Dog Show Drive.
That was smooth.
Thanks, like better.
I'm Will Alexander.
And I'm Y.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
This week in the Dog Show Drive, we have a couple of show spotlights. We're going to talk about what Y and I did last week. I have a little Bell rant I want to talk about. But the biggest thing is we're going to take a hard look at accountability at dog shows.
Yes.
So all that and a little bit more.
A little bit more.
On this week's edition of Will and Wise,
the Dog Show Drive.
You're like Ron Burgundy. You have to have your line. You can improv, you know.
Nope.
Enjoy yourself, guys. Here it is. How's it going? What are you doing?
I'm still trying to fix my hair. I wasn't quite prepared. Anyway, sorry.
We're ready. Okay. I fixed my hair already. My
2
hair
minutes
is made for podcasts.
So good, Richard. 2 minutes for looking so good. So good, Richard.
How was your weekend?
It was fine. No more snow. It's gotten a little warmer. We're getting rain now, though, which is fine.
Oh, we're getting a ton of rain too.
So hopefully the snow will go away. But other than that, just had working. It's that time of the year for me. So, Oh, you know what I did on Sunday night though? I didn't tell you this. So,
no, I don't know.
Okay, so Darren and I went to the Bat Out of Hell musical.
Oh,
yeah. Yes, we did. Ask me how it was.
How was it? How was it?
Oh, it was pretty weird. I don't know. It was one of those shows where you needed to read the Cliff Notes before you got there. It was the singers were great. The dancing sucked because I'm a dance mom and I want coordination. And I didn't think the choreography was that great.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We must.
So, I mean, the singing was really good. It was good. But like the story, because some of our other friends had gone too. So we met up at intermission and we're like, do you get it? Do you understand? So if you ask me what it was like, it was a cross between like Lost Boys, Twilight, and maybe Peter Pan. Kind of, I don't know. It was weird. So there's these kids, like, why is this man so angry at these kids that live under the subway? And they aren't turning anything past 18. Like, what's going on here? It was very confusing. Very confusing. I just don't think it was well written, like script. So it was just. But the singing was good. But what I didn't realize, and this was after I went home and Googled everything, right before the intermission, they started singing "Making Love Out of Nothing at All." And I'm sitting there and I'm thinking this is all supposed to be Bat Out of Hell, that album music. Yeah. And I'm like, why are they singing that? And I said to Darren, this is an Air Supply song. And he's like, no, it's not. I'm like, yeah, it is. And so he looked up and goes, oh, you're right. And I'm like, uh-huh. But the guy who wrote it, this is his musical. Do you know what other great song he wrote? Yeah. And they sang it in the second half. Celine Dion recorded was... Carolyn, what was it? I sang it for you yesterday when I told you about this.
Not a satanic song.
No, it wasn't a satanic song. Yeah, the Celine Dion song. What was that? It was No. It's the one. And it's the one, Michelle Pfeiffer was in the movie and it was about I think her boyfriend or whatever. There was a newspaper reporter, something like that.
No, I don't know.
Yeah, you do know. You do know. Maybe it's still on my playlist. Maybe it's still in my Google searches. So anyway, it was like, so, but
that's too bad.
Yeah, it was a lovely evening out, and the singing was good. The lead actor that was supposed to sound like me, like do the Meatloaf, most of it, he was better in the second half. Actually, his voice improved because we were complaining a bit during the intermission because we're all crotchety old people now. So, and it was kind of weird. But other than that,
was a great album. Batter the Hell was a great album.
It was, and I mean, it's like our music, so it was, that was great, and it was good, but it was just kind of, it was hard to get into the story, kind of, because there's just like,
I forgot to hit the timer. Sorry.
Yes, hit the timer.
Just so we have an idea.
Yes. And then you were laughing at me today because I was telling you because it is my stressful month because of taxes. And so I have to find something of comfort. So I go and watch old television. So I've been watching Dallas. And let me tell you, folks, if you want to see how weird and so chauvinistic we were back in the day, go watch Dallas. Because that'll just knock your socks off. Kids, you should go watch that because I'm telling you, you'll understand us just that much better.
Yeah, exactly. You'll have more idea about our generational way of thinking.
Exactly. So, and how, and be thankful for how far we have come. Let me tell you. Because like I was saying, I don't
shot JR.
I know, and it's not because I've got there in my watching, because I would think I'm only in the second season, because back then they had like 30 episodes this season. Remember back in the day?
Every week, yeah.
Yes. So, and they only had the summer hiatus. Yeah. And a small break at Christmas, and now I think
we just get 8 episodes.
Now they do 2 seasons a year, like it's the fall and spring, spring into summer. So I looked it up too.
Who was it?
It was Sue Ellen's sister. Because JR was
watching it now. Don't listen because this is a spoiler.
This is a spoiler alert. And it was Sue Ellen's sister, and she was having an affair with JR, and she got pregnant.
Oh.
Yeah, so she was mad, so that's why she shot JR, and she was trying to blame it on Sue Ellen. She's a piece of work. She's in this stuff I'm watching now. Piece of work, man. It's a good thing I didn't live back in those days. I just punched some of them.
You did live back in those days.
Well, I would have only been not even 10
or something.
I'd have been a little
kid. In the 80s? That was the 80s.
Yeah, I would, 10, 11. I was born in 70. So
70?
Yeah, but it started in 78. 70.
Did it?
Yeah, it did.
I thought it was strictly 80s.
No, because that was Knots Landing, Dynasty, all of those shows.
Those are next, right? You're going to watch those next.
Actually, I am going to watch Knots Landing.
Lord.
Because that's an actual spin-off of Dallas. Because it's the brother that's never there, Gary Ewing, because he was not a rancher and he's not an oil man. He's more of a free spirit. So, and then he goes to California, and he's actually little Lucy that gets left on the farm.
Stop giving us all these spoilers. Leave it alone.
I'll update you all next week.
What if some of our listeners wanted to pick this up and start watching?
Yeah. Okay. So what did you do this weekend, Will?
I flew to Lodi, California.
Oh, and
the song by CCR?
Oh, Lodi. Yeah. Yes.
So I had that in my head. I played it every morning while I was shaving.
I'm sure.
But it's Sacramento Kennel Club. I did.
Sacramento.
I thought I played it. Anyway, it was great. It was great. Rich Vida and R.C. Williams and his wife Karen, they were great hosts. They looked after us all. But I tell you, it rained and it was cold. And the last day they brought in a lot of the judging came inside the last day because the rain was so bad.
Oh, really?
Except for the Canadian. He got to stay outside and judge the Labradors. Taffy walked by me and told me it was character building. I told her I had enough character. I think it's just because they think I'm Canadian and we probably live outside, so we're used to it.
It was above freezing, so you were good to go.
Yeah. But it was a great show. It was good. It was fun. I had lots of fun there. Yeah, it was a good show.
Did you have a big lab entry? Just, I don't know why.
Yeah, it was about 60 or so, which I thought was pretty big for the same weekend as Potomac, basically. So.
Oh, that's right. It was the Potomac weekend week.
Yeah, the Potomac week, I guess. Yeah.
Yes.
No, it was fun. I had a lot of good dogs, and it's good to see everybody out there that I hadn't seen in a while. So. I don't want to go through them all because what if I miss somebody? Because I could easily do that.
I know what you say. Yeah. I know you're.
Yeah, but it was a lot of fun. And then I got home yesterday. It was yesterday, yeah. But the flight home, I got directed from Sacramento to Denver to home. So, yeah.
Oh, good.
Home.
But you got home.
But I have to talk about last week. Everybody knows I moved, so I was changing things over. So last week I put aside a lot of time for this because they're such a pain in the butt anyway. Bell. I had to call Bell and cancel my Bell subscriptions. And I had, at the old place, I had Wi-Fi with Bell and my TV package, right?
Right.
And my 5 TV app on my phone, which is great because I would take it wherever I went, showing or judging, and I could still watch my TV on the Wi-Fi in the hotel. I could watch Toronto TV. And so I'm trying to, so I call first in the morning. First of all, it takes forever to get through. And then I get this fella named Eric, and Eric can't hear me. I'm trying to explain to him what I want to do, and he's complaining about my connection. I'm like, I've been talking to people all morning, Eric. There's been no complaints about my connection. I said, where are you? Well, Eric, who worked for Bell Canada, was in the Philippines. So I said it was your fault, Eric, not mine. And so I decided to leave Eric, and there was a store in town in Milton. So I thought, I'll just go to the Bell store because I like talking to people. I'm a very, people person.
You are a people-y person, yeah.
So I go in there, and I go in there around 10 o'clock, and their Wi-Fi is down. They're doing something to their site. So the guy came and said, "Oh, can you come back at 11? Our Wi-Fi is down." I thought, perfect. I had to go to Service Ontario anyway, so I was going to go do that and then come back. And they were so nice. They took my number and they messaged me when it was back on. So
Oh, super.
So they did that. I came back and I get there and I go through my whole spiel what I want needed done. He said, "Oh, you can't cancel those things at the store." I'm like, what? Why can't I cancel those at the store? I said, don't you have the technology to cancel those things at the store? I was getting a little irritable at this point. Then I decided to go out the car. I went up to the parking lot and I called again. This time I got Roxy, and Roxy was in Canada. Yeah, I did. I pressed really hard.
Really hard.
I got Roxy. She was in Canada. So I explained to her what I wanted to do. I wanted to cancel my Wi-Fi at the house in Milton and my TV package, but I wanted to keep my 5 app so I could, when I traveled around, I could still have my 5 app so I could watch the Leafs and whatnot. Because where I live now, the Leafs are blacked out. And I'm in Ottawa. So I know. I'm in Ottawa territory. So
that sucks.
Leafs are blacked out. So I had to watch it on my phone to watch the game. So I'm trying to explain this to Roxy, and she said, I don't think we can do that. And then she went away for a while and then came back and she started saying that she had to do this and this and this and offer me different packages and stuff. I said, no, I want this. This is what I want. No more, no less. I want to keep my 5 app away with my TV package and my Wi-Fi and just keep the app. Well, we can't do that, sir. I said, well, this is the option, Roxy. I said, either you can do that or you lose me forever.
Or you lose me forever.
Or you lose me forever.
You just went right to the jugular. I'm out of here.
Just like Top Gun. Remember when anyway. So, yeah, she went away for a while, came back. You said, well, we can't do that. We can't just leave you with that. So I said, well, then you lose me forever. And she was very sympathetic, and she took it well. And so we could still be friends.
Well. She took the breakup well.
Yeah, we could still be friends. It was her, not me.
She's going to go write it in her diary now. Will Alexander broke up with us today.
So, but then after I did the breakup, which was hard, hard for all of us. Yep. After I did the breakup, I started getting messages. You know how they do that, right? They start messaging you and trying to this get person. Back in.
Yeah.
Yeah, but offering me different, it's not too late to change your mind. So I just deleted it all. So I'm without Bell now, and I'm fine. I'm fine. And it'll be tough, I'm sure, but
how are you watching your sports then?
Crave offers a TSN package.
Right.
And also, I love listening to the game on the radio anyway, so I listen to the game on the radio.
Okay, there you go.
I listened to the whole game on the radio last night. Yeah, and I figure I can watch Hockey Night in Canada on Saturday nights on Gym.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
Yeah, so no, I'm set.
Do you have Prime? Do you have Amazon Prime?
Yeah, I do, so I can watch Monday nights too.
They have hockey on. And the other thing is I know I have a Fire Stick, a programmed one.
Are you falling asleep? Looks like you're trying to fall asleep.
No, I'm not. I was so involved in your story, it just put me to sleep.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
No, I have a programmed Fire Stick, and I get lots of free channels.
Oh, yeah.
So.
Well, that's my week, and I'm done my Bell rant, and that's what I did. So.
Yeah. Oh, before we forget, because we're likely to forget.
Oh, because today I went for my pre-op.
Right.
Because I have surgery next week. Which means
no show.
There's no show next week.
No show. As much as I would like to try and do a solo show, talk to myself.
There's no business like show business like.
Could you imagine an hour of me talking to myself? I would be institutionalized. I'm sure. The thoughts that go through my head. Anyway, so we're going to just wish you the best. And
all right.
Yeah. I'll keep you all posted. Keep you all posted. I'm sure everything will be fine. I'm not concerned. I'll text you in the morning. Well, note to self.
Right. Carry on with our week, Yvonne. Carry on.
All right, so let's do some Across Canada, brought to you by Canadian Dog Fancier, showcasing Canada's top dogs. All right. I guess there was only one show. It was the Guelph and District Kennel Club from April 9th through the 12th in Fergus, Ontario. They had 4 shows. The total entry was 894 dogs, which was down quite a bit from the previous year of 1,174 dogs. So I wonder what happened there. What do you think? What do you think?
Because Fergus is a nice town to visit. It's an old Scottish town.
There's lots
of cute restaurants and whatnot. It's a cute town to visit.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. And Guelph usually puts on a good show. That used to be Edgar Bayona's show, remember?
Mm-hmm. Yep, I do remember that. I
used to see Edgar there all the time.
Edgar. Our plumber has a first name.
It's EGAR.
Plumber has a second name. It's BOJON. And if you yes. Memories. So we got some reminders for closing, brought to you by Canadian Dog Fanciers. Again, showcasing Canada's top dogs. Chatty Kennel Club closing Wednesday, April 22nd at 9 p.m. and that's out in BC. Show Secretary's Classic Show Services. And Fredericton Kennel Club closing Monday, April 20th at 9 p.m. or when the limit is reached. And the show secretary is Noteworthy Farm Show Services. That's Mudgee, isn't it?
Yeah, friend of the show, Patrick Mudge.
And so those are the only 2 closings we have coming up. And then now let's go to our show spotlight,
brought to you by Show Scene Magazine, the place to be seen.
Yes, and so this week's...
Back to you, Yvonne.
Thanks. This week's show in Canada is the Chatty Kennel Club, which closes, I just told you, on April 22nd, 9 p.m. Pacific time. And it's 4 all-breed championship shows, May 7th through the 10th at the, I don't even know how to say that, Cowichan Exhibition Park in Duncan, BC.
Duncan, BC, that's where Allison used to live. That's where she grew up, Allison, Duncan,
Yeah,
BC.
Allison Alexander, friend of the show.
Yeah.
They have a fun-filled weekend, it looks like. They have baby puppy classes Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. They have veterans also Friday, Saturday, Sunday. They'll have a juvenile. I was going to look up some of the stuff. The juvenile and the veteran sweepstakes on Saturday, May 9th during the lunch break. And it will be judged by the females in best overall is by Rosemary Young. And the males will be by Carrie Campbell. And then the veterans will also be judged by Carrie Campbell, and that's also on the Saturday. And then they also have altered class on Saturday. And what else do they have? Brace on Saturday, too. Oh, that'll be exciting. I like brace classes.
Always like brace. Do you remember that time at the Credit Valley when there was a Saluki brace and they got into a battle in best brace and show, and Bob Woody jumped the ropes and cut them apart.
Wrestled the Salukis. And what a weird breed!
One of them got it away.
And what a weird breed to have like a tussle about, because they're so like.
Well, I think, yeah, they kind of got pissed off at each other, and one got mad, and then.
There's also rally, obedience and rally, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and no day of entry taken. And then this was the one thing that I thought was awesome was there was on Thursday from 3 to 6 p.m. you can rent the ring for 10 minutes for $10. That's not bad. So you can rent a ring and get your puppies out there so that they're a little more comfortable with the surroundings, or if you have an unsure dog. I thought that was a good idea. And you can just sign up at the show for that. So rent a ring. And then they also have...
do that 6 a.m. till the show starts.
No, 3 to 6 p.m.
I know, but I mean, we do it at the show. I used to anyway. I used to work my dogs every morning.
That's it. And yeah, that's like a major difference between like Canadian and U.S. shows. We don't get that excited about people using the ring afterwards.
No, they're allowed to. There's some shows that have practice rings set up.
Yeah.
That you can just go and use.
In America.
In Canada. Not in America, no. I was talking to a couple of Canadians that live down in the States now and show dogs down there. And that's one of the things they miss. They miss the ring time to practice with their dogs.
Yeah. Yep. And just to let you know, this is also an event that is sponsored by ProPlan. So there should be some good prizes. So there's special events that they're having. They're having a basket raffle. Donations are accepted at the club table. The draw will be made approximately at 12:45 on Sunday. They have ribbon and rosette recycling. So if you don't need or want your ribbon or rosette in reasonable condition, recycle them and get raffle tickets. So that's pretty good.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, 1 rosette equals 1 raffle ticket. 4 flat ribbons get you 1 raffle ticket. So you can take your ribbons or rosettes to the club table to get your raffle ticket, and then you can.
That's a very good idea.
Try and win the baskets. Yeah, that is good. I might steal that for my show one time.
That's a good idea.
Yes, and then on Saturday they have polka dot theme day.
That's
gonna be great. Yeah. And then on Sunday,
I'm
obviously,
sure we'll get to see pictures.
Yes, and then on Sunday is Mother's Day, and they also have junior handling, and there will be complimentary donuts and coffee courtesy of Canadian Dog Fancier.
Dog Fanciers, good for them. Yeah.
So
showcasing Canada's top dogs.
Yes. There you go. And they have several boosters. They also have the Sporting Dog Club of BC. Is offering a booster for sporting dogs on Saturday, May 9th under Judge Ashley Reed. And
I like Ashley. Ashley's from Australia.
Yes, I think she's coming to SD&G. He's coming to SD&G as well, I believe.
Is he? He's a good judge. I enjoy it. And I enjoy spending time with him. He's a lot of fun. So.
Well, I'll be excited about that. Island Pacific Labrador Retriever Club is offering a booster for Labradors, also under Ashley Reed. These are all under Ashley. So the Golden Retriever Club of BC, Brittany Club of Canada, 7 Acres Tollers is offering a supported entry for Nova Scotia Duck Tollers on Saturday. Kelowna Irish Setters supported entry for on the Saturday, and Arundel that how you say that? English Cockers is offering a supported entry for English Cockers on the Saturday as well under Ashley Reed.
That's interesting where kennels are offering the booster, the supported entry.
The supported entry. I do a supported entry. Me.
What, under your name?
Yeah.
Really? I didn't know that. I never thought about that.
You can supported entries can be done by anyone. Boosters have to be approved by your national club. Yeah. Your national.
I was not aware of that. I like that. Yeah, I was not aware of that, Yvonne.
Yes. Yeah. I know these things now. So the honorable judges that we're having at this show, we have Laurel Depchuk from BC, Catherine Grant from Ontario, Jack Kilgore also from BC, Shannon Lancaster from Australia, Yvonne Norton from Ontario.
Oh, is that where you're starting?
That's my very first permit.
That's exciting. Excellent.
Yeah, it is. Now I'm even more excited because I'll get to talk to Ashley Reed. Cheryl Patterson from Ontario and Ashley Reed from Australia. And the Obedience Rally judges are Karen Brierley.
There's your name, Yvonne.
Yes, they printed it and everything.
I love Catherine. And Catherine Grant, she's a lot of fun too.
Yes, I do. I enjoy
Cheryl. It's actually a very fun panel.
It's a nice panel for sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah. Well, good for you.
Thanks.
That's exciting.
Yep. And then I also had Sean Nichols of Ringside Travel. He booked my flight, so it's not going to cost me an arm and a leg to get to Victoria from
We're
Thunder
going to
Bay.
have Sean Nichols on of Ringside Travel to talk about his Ringside Travel.
Yes. But he's busy. I'm busy. It'll happen though, folks. It'll happen. Back to the rally and obedience judges, Karen Brierley and Penny Jackson. Sweepstakes judges, as I said, are Rosemary Young and Carrie Campbell. And the junior handling judge is Jessica Logan. Ta-da! So that I am very much looking forward to that because I also have a feeling it's going to be a very warm, it'll be nice and warm on the island. I believe that. And you're rude. I heard it. I was choosing to ignore it, William. Anyway. So that's our Canadian show. And remember, entries close Wednesday, April 22nd at 9 p.m. Pacific time.
That's great. And what is our American show, Yvonne?
And our American show is the Blue Ridge Classic Cluster.
Blue Ridge Mountains.
Classic Clusters. 10 days. Lots of majors. Closes Wednesday, May 6th at noon. So, I get it.
And I like that area.
Yeah. Okay. I get it now. Remember I was saying something about why do I have two lists of judges? So this is part one. Premium list for the first part of the cluster 1. So, this is held at the Western North Carolina Agricultural Center, Davis and Expo buildings in Fletcher, North Carolina. And if you want more information online, you go to www.blueridgeclassicdogshows.org. But we're going to go through some of this stuff for you. They have Best Bred by Exhibitor in Show competition on Sunday. And I don't know who's judging that, but we'll get to that shortly.
It says that to be announced at the show. It doesn't say that. Yeah.
Oh, does it? Okay, excellent. Yeah. Oh, yes. Good eyes. Will.
Surprises. I like surprises.
Yes, you do. I actually do try to read everything before we get on air, folks. Will doesn't, but I do. I do try. It's usually why
because I like to be surprised.
Yeah, and it's usually why we're late. Well, it doesn't matter because this is tape, but why it takes so long for us to get taping, because I usually have a bazillion questions while I'm reading this stuff, and I still fall over everything. But anyway, the shows in the first cluster are the Asheville Kennel Club, the Henderson.
Tired, Yvonne?
Yes, I am tired, William. Half the people don't even see us. Half the people don't see us. They're just listening.
Right. Okay.
They don't know that I'm resting my head. Okay.
In your hands.
In my hand. Okay, can I carry on, please? Asheville Kennel Club on Thursday, May 21st. Henderson Kennel Club on the Friday and the Saturday, 22nd and 23rd. Spartanburg Kennel Club on Sunday and the Monday, 24th and 25th. They also have Obedience and Rally on those days. And then we have the Sandlapper Golden Retriever Club. Golden Retrievers only, Obedience and Rally, Saturday, May 23rd. Then they have the AKC National Owner Handler Series, as we said. Ooh, they have Pee-wee classes Saturday and Sunday. And then they have the Florida Under 6 Months Puppy Competition Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And as we said, the Best Bred by Exhibitor and Show on Sunday. Yes, so that looks great. Some of the specialties they're having: American Black and Tan Coonhound, Bulldog Club of Grenville, lots of supported entries. Cavalier King Charles, Havanese, Pekingese, Bulldogs, Finnish Lapphand, the Black and Tan Coonhound, Dachshund, and Golden Retrievers. There's some concurrent specialties, premium lists with the all breed shows. You can find it there. The Sandlapper Golden Retriever Club and the Central Carolina Dachshund Club. Also on separate premium lists, there's the Vizsla Club of the Carolinas, Blue Ridge Cavalier, Music City Cavalier Club, Carolina Finnish Lapphand Club, Shetland Sheepdog.
There's a lot going on.
Yeah, they have tons. Oh, another Coonhound bench show too. And that's the Tuscarwa. Oh, can you say that, Will?
I'm not even following. Where is it?
Tuscarawas County Coon Hunters Association. I'm sorry.
That was pretty good.
Thanks. And Love D's Dogs training will be on-site offering CGC testing, farm dog certification, fetch dog testing, and ATT events. Ooh, we're going to find out what that is, ATT. And then they also have dock diving.
Down there?
Pardon me? They have dock diving, and North American Diving Dogs will also be there, and they're doing that all the way through Thursday through Monday. Thursday
That's
the
North American Dog Diving Blue Ridge Classic.
Mm-hmm.
That's fun, yeah.
I like dock
their
diving.
Logo too.
I love dock diving. Blue Ridge Veterinary Imaging will be there on site from the 21st to the 25th, and May 28th through the 31st. So they're there to do any of the...
don't let your hair get wet, though, it takes forever to dry.
It does take forever to get dry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you actually don't dive in, you're probably waded. Stock wading.
Yeah. Nice. It's not diving, it's just I jump off the dog and try and keep my hand...
wade into it.
Yes, because I put it all on the top of my head, and hopefully...
I like my hair that's dry before I leave the pool.
Exactly. You and Darren. What else do we have here? Anacare Animal Health will be providing services, including exams, vaccines, interstate health certificates, and medications. You may call for an appointment or stop by the trailer. Well, that's a handy dandy idea.
Yeah. There was a vet trailer at the show. I was in Sacramento as well.
What was it?
Trailer that was
Nice. So the health clinics are in the Davis building. They have OFA clinics as well. And 2 repro seminars, one on Thursday, the 21st, after Best in Show, Beyond the Microscope, Interpreting Canine Semen Quality for Long-Term Breeding Success by Dr. Natalie Orner, sponsored by Roy Kinin. And then the following Thursday, the May 28th, also after Best in Show, Assisted Breeding Practices in the Dog by Dr. B.J. Parsons, DVM, sponsored by the Blue Ridge Classic of the Carolinas. And there's no charge for these seminars. So if you've got the time, it's really great to go and just get
light
some
refreshments will be provided. That's nice.
That's awesome. That's
what
totally
a great idea. Yeah.
Yes. And then they have Pee-wee class, like I said, on Saturday and Sunday. And then they have a Chuck-a-Duck contest with the Take the Lead raffle, May 23rd and the 24th. And then, as I said, they also have the Owner Handler Series. Some of the judges at the first part of the cluster, we've got Eugene Blake, Mr. Ted Eubank, Ms. Carol Graham from Rocky View, Alberta, Ms. Joyce Love from Anola, Manitoba, Mrs. Cindy Myers, and Mrs. Marippy Woolridge. She's also on the panel.
Yeah, there's a lot. That's a big panel. There's a lot of panels.
It's a big panel. I can't go through them all because I got to go through some other ones too. The AKC, the registered handlers, they are doing a program there, an afternoon with professionals. It's a handling clinic open to all with a special invitation to new and novice exhibitors. And that's being held on Sunday, May 24th. All exhibitors are invited to attend this free clinic of charge. It's an opportunity for new exhibitors to receive individual handling instruction and ring tips from AKC registered handlers. The ring location will be posted at the superintendent's desk. So now, part 2. This is a big cluster.
Well, the cluster 1 closes May 6th at noon.
May 6th at noon.
Yeah.
Now, for cluster 2, and this is May 27th through to the 31st. And that includes the Western Carolina Dog Fanciers Association, Wednesday and Thursday, May 27th to the 28th, the Asheville Kennel Club on the Friday, Piedmont Kennel Club on Saturday and Sunday, with the Sandlapper Golden Retriever Club on Thursday through the Saturday, May 28th through the 30th, then the Central Carolina Dachshund Club Friday and Saturday, May 29th and 30th. Let's see what else they have going on here. They have a lot. They have some designated specialties, as we said, the Coonhound, Black Russian Terrier Club of America, and the Bulldog Club of Grenville. Many of the same supported entries, as we mentioned before, the concurrent specialties, we kind of got all those. And the judges on this panel, who do we have here? We have Mrs. Linda Clark will be there, Dr. James Davis, Mrs. Meredith Hector, Mr. Richard Reynolds,
Kittredge, Sandy Weaver, friend of the show, Wood Warnell.
Yep, Woody.
So that's another big panel that we can't. It's just too many to go through. But it's Sherry Moses Coombs is there.
Yeah,
that's a very good panel. Man, they have big panels down there.
Yeah, they sure do.
Mary Ambrosius, yeah.
And the entries close for this Wednesday, May 13th at noon. So that's a big cluster.
That's a big spotlight, Yvonne.
That is a big spotlight. I'm tired now.
Get off your hands.
And that was our show spotlight, brought to you by Show Scene Magazine, the place to be seen. All right. I need a little beverage.
So we're moving on. You give me a little. Well, you were talking a lot there. That was a lot.
Yeah. All right.
So
all right. This week's topic.
Go ahead.
Sponsored by Leading Edge Dog Show Academy, where your success is our success. Take it away, Will. Oh, I think I have
this
the
week
now.
We're taking a hard look at accountability in the dog world, because at some point we have to ask ourselves, when does moving on become ignoring the problem?
Yeah.
Now there's a lot of this going on right now, and in a community built on reputation, relationships, and shared passion, it's often easier to stay quiet and smooth things over, or let time do the forgetting, which we all know it does. I've always said that this is one of the most forgiving sports that people and exhibitors or whoever can get away with a lot of things in the real world, and the sport will
accommodate.
Eventually, which is not always a bad thing, but when it gets in the way of the sport, it is a bad thing.
Yeah.
The way our sport, what kind of light our sport is in right now, it's not a good light. And there's a lot of naysayers out there about our sport. And so when these things come around and we just brush them under the table, it gives the naysayers a lot more fuel to carry on naysaying.
Exactly.
Right? So, let's see. But what happens when the sound starts to shape the culture? When patterns repeat, trust erodes, or the same issues keep resurfacing under different names? And that is the truth. We're in some people say, well, no, we don't want conflict. We don't want to do this. We want everybody happy. Well, sometimes there's points that need to be looked upon and fixed because our
Yeah.
sport is in dire need right now of credibility, transparency, all
Yep.
kinds of things.
Yep.
And it becomes a worry. And you don't want to discredit people before they are proven innocent or guilty. Like you
Right.
need to. So like our sport is rampant with rumors. There's no question, and gossip and talk behind grooming tables and whatnot. But you also have to take accountability. It's all about perception. Um, and the situation that's going on down the East Coast right now. Now you don't want to condemn anybody until proven guilty, of course.
Yeah, there's
But
still
I
so many
still
unanswered questions.
Yes, there is, and but there's so much other things surfacing that
Yeah.
is putting a poor light on our sport. Now, it's hits home because the person in question is been a friend of mine for years.
Yep.
Worked for me. So my question is, how on earth did this happen? Like, what happened that made these type of situations made what looks like lack of care, lack of husbandry
Yeah.
become apparent. I still like I look at we all saw the photographs, we all saw the pictures online, and it just like we've all been there when we've taken dogs on. This dog won't eat on the road. This dog won't do that. Well, you look after it. That's how we're trained. We're trained to look after those
Yeah.
things, and even to the point, if you can't fix it, you contact the owner and you tell them this is going on, and I need
Send the dog
advice or I
home.
need help,
Yeah.
or else he's got to go. The dog's got to go home. Like
Yeah.
you can't. But again, I don't want to condemn anybody, but those pictures were pretty. Horrifying, and
Yeah.
made a lot of people upset. And then there was different stories and posts coming in from owners of these dogs that,
Yeah. Their accounts. Yeah.
yeah. And so I don't. It's I want answers. I want to know how this happened. Like
Yeah.
I know this person. I know when they worked for me, the dogs were looked after 100%, and there was always accountability on everything we did. We used to have a list on our chalkboard in the kennel, and things were checked off each day.
Yep.
You know.
Yep.
So it's I'd like I don't know I don't know what the answer is,
Yeah. It's hard
but
to understand. It's hard to
yeah.
understand it. And yeah. And it's just, and it's sad because, for you and I that, because we did look after lots of
Yeah.
dogs. And,
Yeah.
their care is, I mean, this is what we're getting paid for.
Well, and we always had it. It's all about the dogs. Like we didn't go out because of the dogs. We didn't do this because
Yeah.
of the dogs. Like that's just the way it went. So I don't know what transpired down there or at that kennel. How this could possibly happen, and it's a crazy amount of dogs they're talking about. Like I don't even in our prime. I'm sure there were times in the prime of my career or our careers where I did have that many dogs, but we always had a staff. We always had dogs assigned to people who were in charge of their well-being and their upkeep, and this person was part of that. Like they knew all about the system, how it was done, and I don't know what it's hard for me to fathom what's happening because of my relationship with this person, and I don't want to. I could just. I want answers. I want to know what happened, why. Like I said, one dog it can happen, but all those dogs,
Mm-hmm.
and a lot of them were their own dogs.
Yeah.
Like I don't know what goes through your head. Like we don't have 100% all the information, but we have enough that's condemning, and it's interesting how our sport handles things. Even our parent club. when you think about it in the real world, if you're convicted of something, you're stopped. You're until
Yeah.
proven innocent. You're stopped in your tracks.
Hmm.
And I know they showed up at a dog show and we're showing dogs and we're wearing things about being on a team, which is great support. But think
But
about perception. Think about,
because I mean, that's what kind of like blustered this whole flurry again was the
right?
fact
Yeah,
that they were at a dog show and,
yeah.
people are just shaking their heads. Like,
And
why?
they're shaking not just at the individuals involved, they're shaking their heads at the kennel clubs involved
Yeah.
and at the parent kennel club involved.
Yeah. Like,
I
why?
like in AKC when these things happen, that person is stopped. That person is stopped
Yeah.
until they can sort it out and figure out what happened. And if they're proven innocent, they're welcome back with open arms. But
Yeah.
they're stopped during the investigation, so these things aren't happening. And
Yeah.
it's because it puts a bad light on our sport. Like
It
I
certainly
already
does.
know, I've had lots of emails and texts that people won't go to dog shows now in those shows in that area. They're not going to enter those dog shows. Well, that's not an area that can support that kind of people pulling at a dog
Yeah.
shows.
Yeah.
It's gotta. So you got to look at the bigger picture. You got to look at our sport, and what's best for us.
The health of
Um,
it.
and not us as Y and Will, us as in Canadian dogs.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I got off track there. Sorry.
That, well, but this is all a part of the, the accountability. Because accountability just isn't about calling people out. It's about deciding what we're willing to stand for and what we're willing to protect. And
Right.
what kind of future do we want for our dog world? And I mean, you and I, everyone thinks I enjoy a fight, but I don't. I don't like confrontation, and we talk about that a lot. Like, do you call someone out on it, or do you just like let it
Well,
go? But I mean, there's so many factors into why you do something, or why would you call
yeah.
something out?
But even the
And
self-governing factor of it all
yeah,
too.
yeah,
It's like I remember. No, I'm going to say the other year, but like 10 years ago, more than that, when my string of dogs had a kennel cloth go through my kennel. I pulled dogs from all those dog shows and Westminster Kennel Club. So I don't know if you know it, but Westminster Kennel Club is you charge a lot to show dogs at Westminster Kennel Club. So by me pulling dogs, I was out a good
a
amount
lot of
of my
money.
income.
Yeah,
Yeah, but it's just what you have to do. Like it was tough. It made for a tough spring, missing those dog shows and missing Westminster. But you just had to do those things. You had to step up, and
hmm
it was just it would put a bad light on the sport if my dog showed up in New York and started coughing. It's like,
well, exactly. But yet, if something were, but how many times have we gone to shows where we're like, they have kennel cough,
yeah,
and like nobody really does anything about it. And I mean, we spoke about it last week because at a show not that long ago, there was an incident, and that's where your
called
show.
your kennel club.
Yep, that's where your show super comes into play. Like, you don't
Yeah,
have to take it on yourself, but you can report it. If you see it, say something about
yeah.
it,
And it's the
right?
same thing with these other incidences that are
Yeah.
happening across our country right now. You can report those to the show super,
Yeah.
and they can be on file, and either they can address it right then and there, or
Yeah.
a letter can go out later on. But it happens a lot in our sport where we just move on. We just move
Yep.
on, and then 2 weeks later, the same individuals show up, and we welcome them back. Which is, it's hard because you work with these people day in and day out every week for years, and you've got a great relationship with them. But rules are rules.
Mm-hmm.
They are, and it's not just rules, legal rules. And again, I no condemning because there's lots of things out there, and until you're
Yep.
proven guilty, you're innocent. But you should be put on hold until the time comes where you have been given the green light to go back to what you do. And like the AKC will take they'll take stands right away, and they'll say, no, you're not doing that until we
figure
prove that.
this out.
Yeah, we sort through this event.
And I've always questioned why the CKC doesn't follow.
I don't know. And now there's all kinds of people. People say, well, that's because they're afraid of being sued. There's this and that. And for all we know, that could be part of it.
That could easily be it. And we don't want to, and, like, that'll be the downfall of the CKC getting sued by someone. But in the same
breath, what's the sense of having our club if they're not going to be there to protect us all?
Yeah. So, like, why do we have bylaws and all these rules and regulations for dog shows if, we don't have to you don't really have to follow them. It's a rule, but,
suggested.
It's a suggestion. It's like the stop.
Dog Stoica. But I was showing off for Dog Stoica. He was great. I had so much fun showing for Dog Stoica, and I forgot what medication I was on. And he offered me after the show was over. He always had a rum and coke. He said, "You want a rum and coke?" I said, "No, Doc, I'm on this." And it says I shouldn't drink. He says it's suggested you don't drink. He was so much fun.
Yeah.
Anyway.
And so Megan's got some really good points here. So why do you think the dog show community tends to move on instead of addressing issues directly? Is it culture, fear of conflict, or is it something else?
We've had some incidences over the years, not just the recent ones there was a shooting years ago. There's stabbings at dog shows. There's assaults at dog shows, and where these people end up getting convicted, and it's fine once they've done their penalty and they come back, and it's fine. But people act like it's nothing. It's just okay. Welcome back. Where are you for the last 3 years?
It's just amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, we were trying to dig up some instances for you, but I didn't want to directly go into them because it's uncomfortable. I guess it's us not standing up there. It's our culture.
I do think it is kind of like our culture that we, you see something and you're like, oh, holy crap, that's not good.
Yeah.
And we tend not to do anything about it. And it's like, do we not do anything about it because for you and I, and I'm not saying it's our excuse, but our generation, if it doesn't involve you, stay out of it. Right?
Yeah, maybe.
And that's not an excuse. I'm just saying this is what sometimes, you think about, right? Well, it's not, doesn't directly involve.
I think as participants at the shows, I don't think I take it upon myself, or you took it upon yourself, to be the police.
No, you don't. You don't.
So you're hoping that the
somebody else might do.
Will.
Somebody else will do it.
Well, yeah, but you're like when Mr. Gillum ran dog shows, he was the police.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
And he looked after it. It was his. He was the sheriff, and that was his town, and he looked after it. And he didn't. He was the law. It didn't matter if you were his best friend. If you did something wrong, Mr. Gillum called you on it, and that was that. So
that's very true.
So maybe we need some more sheriffs.
Well, maybe a better presence, and and we can go back to this, field repping, conversation, or for every show, maybe the club has to appoint not just a show superintendent, but maybe a ground surveillance or something like that.
But then there's the other side of it where it gets out of hand. Like, I haven't got all the details about this weekend yet, but
we're going to talk about it next week, aren't we?
Yeah, we're going to try to find out the details about the the Blossom Circuit last week and what happened there. But it sounded like somebody, a parking attendant, took it upon themselves for justice. I don't know.
Vigilante.
But who carries zip tie handcuffs with them when they're parking attendants?
Yeah,
just
we got to
in
find out
case.
that whole story. That was
But there's
crazy.
two stories to everything, so two sides to every story. So we'll
Yeah.
wait till we find out that one.
Right.
But yeah.
So another point is where do you personally draw the line between giving someone grace and then holding them accountable? You know?
Yeah, but I think we do that. I think there's been a lot of cases where there's been a lot of warnings
Yeah.
and people don't heed the warning. The incident down east. I've got reports that they were warned and they were given an outline of what they need to do to fix the problem, and they still didn't fix the problem.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I still that one is still a hard one to fathom how that could possibly happen.
Yeah.
That's that kind of neglect on that kind of numbers.
So
I guess we have to wait for it to come out. So.
Yeah. So another point is, have you seen situations where silence actually made things worse over time?
Oh, there's no question.
Well, I think if we go back just a little bit further on the last disruption we've had, I think that, where silence or, the lack of enforcement of any kind did make things worse until it, came to the head that it came to. Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
And there are still people that are very upset about that as well.
Oh, for sure. There should be. I try to put myself, when those type of situations happen, I try to put myself in everybody's shoes and try to think how I would think or what I would do if I was in that position. And yeah, I have no problems with people still being upset about that.
Yeah.
As if that happened to Faith or Hope. Yeah, there'd be trouble. There'd be trouble.
There'd be a lot of trouble. Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah. So what is
that was and I hate to say it, but I still think it was mishandled by the powers that be.
Yeah, for sure.
And the outcome that came of it, it's happened, fine, and we have to accept it now. But how it got to that conclusion, I don't know.
Yeah. And I think and that's the other part about, the explanations just are not fulfilling. Let's put it that way.
Both the parties, going back to that, and both the parties involved were for the most part were good members of our sport. They were talented. They did their job well, but they let the I want to say the social part of it get in the way. Yeah. It became like high school where they started arguing, and that's where it all happened, and it escalated to what happened. But it's a shame that we lost those members of our sport.
Yeah. For sure. So what does accountability look like in a healthy, functioning dog community? We're not sure.
Yeah.
I don't think we've seen it yet.
Right. It's all about being adults, though, and taking accountability for your actions and thinking about, like for years, even when I was working for Gary, when I was working for Bobby, when I was even going to shows as a kid, you're always taught the dogs come first. You are always taught the dogs come first. That's what this sport was all about. The dogs come first. And I think if you follow those guidelines, you won't get yourself in trouble, Excuse me.
How can people raise concerns in a way that is constructive rather than divisive?
Well, that's a tough one as well, right?
Yeah. And I think it does take it takes a bit of panache to do it,
Yeah, but people are so easily offended today. It's hard to give anybody criticism on anything.
Yeah.
Let alone the way they conduct themselves. But when people ask you about their dogs, and you have to, even now, even you say, well, I don't like this about your dog. Well, then they don't want to talk to you ever again.
Yeah.
Well,
she hates my dog.
Here, yeah,
exactly.
She
thinks my dog's a piece of shit.
Entirely different. I mean, you asked Harold Butler about your English Cocker, he'd tell you what he thought. And you had to take it because you asked for it, right?
Yep.
So.
Yep. But I do think that there are ways you can raise concerns and be diplomatic about it. And like I said, if you don't want to raise the concern directly, if you're at a show, I mean, that's what you can use your show superintendent for, right? Yeah, and have them investigate it.
Case. Mm-hmm. Yep. If you feel uncomfortable at show about anybody, you need to address it.
Yeah, for sure. Because if it doesn't feel right, if it doesn't feel right, it's probably not right.
Right. Yeah.
Do you think social media has helped or hurt accountability in the dog world?
Well, that's easily answered, right? I don't even have to address that one. Right?
Yeah, I think that it's the social media aspect of the dog world it's just crazy, But I mean, we're not the only sport that's subject to it.
It's hard to not enforce accountability, but apply accountability nowadays because of what's happened in our world of people being so offended so easily.
Yeah.
Well, it's like this next one was, can accountability exist without damaging relationships?
Or is some level of discomfort unavoidable? Well, sometimes it is unavoidable.
It is. But you have to be, hate to say it, you have to be an adult about the whole thing. You have to be an adult. You have to look at it as an adult. And the bottom line, the dogs come first. The dogs come first, and our members of the sport, like kids and whatnot, the dog shows, they've got to come first as well. Like, you've got to make a safe environment for everybody. This is supposed to be a family sport.
Yeah.
Like when I was going to dog shows with my family as a kid, I never ever felt uncomfortable at a dog show. No. I always felt safe, and I knew people were there to look after me, and I would run rampant and get myself in trouble, and Maud would yell at me.
Oh, Maud.
Oh, she would. She called the police on us one time. So if she was still around, she'd be policing these dogs.
She'd be policing that place too. Yeah. Yes.
But you never felt it was a safe environment, and I don't know what the difference is now.
Yeah, it's hard because, you talk about, you as a young kid running around and, Maud yelling at you. Well, I've been at shows where there's been instances of kids running around and people saying to them, stop, knock it off or whatever. And then that child gets upset and goes running to their mother or, parent or whatever. And then that person there, and it's just like, look after your children. Your children are not supposed to be doing these things, but it's a lot of, it's hard.
It was the Kawartha Dog Show, and it was me and Arthur Abramson and maybe Steve Bernhardt. They had those it was a ski lodge, and they had those telephones from the lodge. This was before cell phones, and we found as kids they took those phones and attached them. You could talk to each other, and so we took a bunch of them. But we're going to give them back. We weren't keeping them. Well, Maud, the police, and we got in trouble. And you think my dad got mad at Maud? No, he got mad at me.
Yeah,
and applauded Maud for turning us in. And we had to apologize, and the police officer made us take everything back and apologize. And just the police officers coming and talking to us was enough deterrent that we weren't ever doing it again. And we were like, I don't know, 11 or 12.
Bad boys. What you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? It's so true. It's so true. Yeah. Well, I remember being reprimanded lots of times at dog shows. Same thing. You're playing in an area you weren't supposed to be playing in.
Yeah. Doing things that were upsetting the dogs or ringside or, running by the best show ring screaming. Or stomping your feet in the stands.
The stomping feet in the stands was always a no-no, right? Yeah. So, So who's responsible for enforcing these standards? Individuals, clubs, judges, or organizations like such as the AKC or the CKC? Like we just,
I think I think our parent clubs need to take a stand
yeah,
and be the parents in the situation when we
yeah,
don't have any.
yeah.
Um, and I think for the most part they do. There's some instances they don't, but like people are like they're talking. There's always lots of rumors going around, and there was talk about this is being covered up and that's being covered up. No, they're waiting to see what transpires legally
Yeah.
before they make a stand.
Yeah.
Which is fine because they want to avoid any legal ramifications themselves. But I do think that they could put a hold on things until that would be my suggestion if they were to come and say, well, what should we do? I think they should put a hold on everything on individuals that are involved until they're sorted through and come up with a conclusion. And yes, yay or nay.
I have a question for you. I don't know if you know the answer to this, so we may have to. This might be Megan. I hope you're paying attention. So you say we have bench show committees here in Canada as well, but that's after a complaint has been laid and a fee has been paid.
Right.
In America, is that the same way?
I'm not sure that there's a fee for it. I'm not sure.
And so that is why I'm wondering if more...
Having never gotten in trouble, I don't know.
Having been such a good child. Because I'm wondering if that's part of our problem too, is the fact that, if you want to complain about something, you have to put your money down. And it's not a nominal amount anymore. What is it? It's like,
no, it's like
$250
or something like that.
Yeah. So I have to pay $250 while so-and-so is smacking the crap out of their dog over there. Like, that doesn't make any sense, right? But I mean, I know I can go tell the show.
I'm sure it's a deterrent for some frivolous complaints.
And I guess that is the reason why it's there. But in the same manner, if you're not sure about something, maybe you wouldn't say anything because you're like, well, I don't have like that kind of money. Like I barely had enough money for my hotel room. Never mind $250. Like if I complain about something, I'm not eating for the rest of the weekend.
But Glover used to say that he had checks printed with $250. Kept in his tax box for his complaints.
But, so I'm wondering if that, that's possibly a deterrent or, I don't know. It's hard to say.
Now, I think I could be wrong here, but I think they're in America. They do have a frivolous complaint fine as well.
Oh, yeah, because you did say that
which
before.
Does keep people at bay from frivolous complaints.
Yeah. Acting like
because they can't occupy people's times with an argument in the parking lot about you're in my spot.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So how do we avoid
my pylons?
How do we avoid mob mentality while still ensuring issues aren't ignored? Well, you have to all think for yourselves. Think about it. Just think about it. And you don't need to jump on your keyboard to put your 2 cents in. You just don't. So.
And whenever I'm asked about judging and whatnot, overthinking and whatnot, and I always tell them the same thing. I tell people the same thing. If it walks like a duck and talks like a duck, it's a duck. That's always my motto when I'm judging dogs. So if that's a good one in this class, that's how I look at things.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing in real life.
Yeah.
Right. I think it is. It applies the same way. If it walks like a duck, talks like a duck, chances are it's a duck until proven otherwise.
Yeah. Exactly. So what does the big picture look like 5 to 10 years down the road if we don't start addressing some of these issues that we apparently have now?
It's up to us. It's up to us. Now, I don't think I always hear these horrible naysayers. Sport's going to die. We're never going to have dog shows. And we don't know we're dog shows in 10 years. I don't think that's ever going to happen. As long as people breed dogs and have egos, there's always going to be a dog show.
Yeah.
And but how many are involved and how they're run is going to be up to us.
Yeah.
How we look at it, how we deal with things. there's so many distractions in this world. People need to feel safe to do this one. This is already an expensive distraction. And if they don't feel safe, dog wise, people wise, they're not coming. They're not coming. They're not coming and spending their $1,000 a weekend at a dog show for these things to happen, to see these things. Even if they're not involved, just seeing these things or hearing these things, it's hard on people to want to continue in a sport when they see these things happening, and then the club that oversees it all is doing nothing about it.
Does nothing. Yeah. Yeah.
So
when the people in charge aren't,
how are they going to feel safe for the dog show? Safe for their kids, safe for their dogs, safe for everything.
Yeah. Yep. It's so true. So true.
Yeah.
So
anyway.
It's a heavy topic, but I mean, we needed to discuss. I know. I know.
But like I said, we can't brush under the carpet. We have to talk about these things, and I'm not condemning anybody. These people, all I've known these people.
Yeah.
The whole life in dog shows, or their lives in dog shows.
Yeah. So I think we definitely need more accountability at shows, and not just the people that are not doing what they're supposed to be doing, but us around. Even though you and I both said, I don't want to be the police. I go to the dog show to enjoy myself. I don't want to be the police. But being a human being, you have to look out for your other people around you, and the dogs too. They don't have a say in anything. So you have to be, their advocate as well. So if you do see something that you're not comfortable with, you're unsure of, like we said, go see the show superintendent and, just tell it like it is. And hopefully something will be, then if it happens that nothing is done and something is wrong, then you can go to the CKC. And put in a formal complaint. You don't have to put a complaint in at a dog show. You can do it afterwards, but make sure you just have all your paperwork and the details on hand to send in, because they will require
the whole system has to be fixed anyway. I really do.
Yeah, it does. It does.
I think if we're going to go anywhere in this sport, and if we're going to progress in it, there has to be accountability and non-transparency in everything, in the whole sport.
Exactly.
Not just the handlers, the breeders, but in the kennel clubs and the feral club, everything.
And clubs hold a lot more power than I think we think they do.
They do. Like there was talk
because
about,
they have the right to refuse entry, and that's of dogs and of people.
Yes, if you rented that hall, your club rented that hall, you're in charge of who's in that hall.
Yep.
You have the right. So.
And if you don't like who's in your hall, then you can ask them to leave or not enter, period. Yeah. I'm not just saying a dog show as in entry fees. I'm saying as entry as a physical being. So.
If I don't want,
Miss Norton,
afraid you could come to my dog show.
Exactly.
Al, anybody could chuck me down. You know he plays for Ottawa.
Don't care. Oh, anyhow.
Do you like how I'm trying to lighten it up a bit?
Good try. So anyway, how about this? That was the topic of the week, brought to you by Leading Edge Dog Show Academy, where your success is our success.
And I'm afraid we don't have time for your favorite. What? So I'll do it next week. Well, because I was already late and we spent a lot of time.
All right. Well,
yeah.
Good luck on your surgery next week. Remember, everyone, there will be no show. No show.
There'll be no show.
No show.
Yeah. That won't be coming live via her satellite from my hospital bed either. I don't like those.
So don't forget to click like and subscribe to the podcast on YouTube, Audible, Castbox, and anywhere you get your podcast. Check out our Facebook page at The Dog Show Drive Canadian Edition, or email us your ideas, comments, and more at dogshowdrive@gmail.com. If you'd like to be the spotlight of the week, get in touch with me, apparently.
Chatty Yvonne. Oh, take us home, Yvonne.
All right, for all of you going to a dog show this weekend, seatbelts on, glasses on, stay safe. Till next week, guys. Bye.
Bye, guys.